Lord be with you.
What do you have for sale?
Happy to be of service, sir.
Big tall pots! Pots here, twice by...
Delicious pears! Juicy pears!
Greetings, sir.
Seid gegrüßt. Grüß dich. What do you...
What do you have for sale?
Danke. Das war ein gutes Geschäft, Mann. Quick. Whoa.
That looks like a bloody expensive horse. I'm going to say something this time.
I'm looking for the local sawboat.
So, you came straight to me. In any case,
Well, sorry to say,
very busy?
Henry.
Big?
No, that's...
I know what you meant. Have you never heard of... Tell me then.
Well, I thought...
And as you see, so please.
Commander...
Yes.
But I need to talk...
Then, when he was brought...
Isn't there anything... What if we brew some...
That one can make, but it must be.
Hold on.
And is it a strong enough to...
We'll soon find...
Very well, friend.
All right. We'll see if I brewed it properly.
What's happening? Where am I?
Calm down, Mishek. How are you feeling?
Like I was kicked in the head by a horse. Wait. How do you know who I am?
No, we don't have time for introductions. I need to know what happened to you and the others you went to Sedlets with.
Oh, that. What do you want to know?
What actually happened? Start at the beginning and don't leave anything out.
We were riding to Sedlets, me and 6 others. We were taking some gifts or something. A couple of crates with some valuables and a kind of painted chest with some documents. Karel and Francex talked the others into nicking the stuff and doing a runner, but I was against it, so they jumped me.
So it was your friends who did this to you?
I told them I wouldn't rat on them, but they said they'd make sure I wouldn't. Francex pounced on me and stuck a knife in my belly, but I managed to push him off and took to my heels. All I can remember is running somewhere, and then I came over all dizzy.
The document you were carrying, where is it? What's in it?
I've no idea. Cats didn't tell us anything, and I can't read. Some report for the king, most likely.
I need to know where the rest of the men who are riding with you to Sedlets are. I have to find them.
I'm not sure. We talked about Lotta. It seems there's a sawmill there they could hide in. So maybe they're there. Listen, will I be all right? What are my chances? I don't feel well. What's wrong with me?
The brew is wearing off, most likely.
I'm going to die, aren't I?
No, you're not going to die. But you won't be on active duty anytime soon. You need to rest.
Rest. Yes, I should. Get my...
This way's no good. I'll have to go around. A wagon in the Prague colours. This must be the missing soldiers. I reckon they won't be too pleased to see me. I have to find the painted chest with the charter, and then make myself scarce.
something you won't believe. I've traveled the whole world, and now I will tell you the amazing... You really won't have anything to drink?
I've come about that charter you're looking...
Have you got it?
Yes.
By Christ, Henry. And the soldiers who were...
Aye.
Horse and...
Well, they're still at the sawmill, as far as I know. I managed to...
Doesn't matter. We'll send the cavalry. We'll tie the bastards. My Christ, Henry, you... That's your mission accomplished, then. You're one of us from now on, Henry. Here, take our Waffen Rock and wear it with pride. And you know what? I think you should...
So we can move out from the camp at last?
First things first. Eat! Musa, did you... Henry...
And what about it?
I'll take care...
And what now?
As soon as the... Don't tell me.
It is just...
Really? You too?
As you command, sir. To the Praggers.
Long live the Praggers. At last, I don't have to drink alone. Musa's not much of a drinking companion, see?
Alcohol and gambling may have their uses, but they are also sinful. And much more sinful than beneficial. I mean, look at yourself. A man should have 4 humors in his body. But you have replaced them all with alcohol.
You're no saint yourself. I've heard from the bathhouse wenches how you can't take your eyes off them.
Every creature is beautiful and noble. For Allah created them thus. I'm just admiring his work.
You've got a way with words, I'll give you that. All the more reason I don't understand why you don't drink and play dice.
I simply do not want to.
But I fucking do. So come on, Henry. You'll play with me at least.
Now, why not? Let's have a game.
That's the spirit. You're a man after my own heart.
Careful, friend. Winning money of the captain is never a good idea.
I'm really surprised you challenged me. I don't like to lose. Someone's throwing well. Like this. These ones here. Damn it. They're yours, lad. You must have a...
Shit! How could I have lost?
Glory to the victors, honor to the defeated.
You bet I will. And now for a drink. And so St. George hops on his white steed, and he rides to the lake, where he sees a huge mountain with a cave at the bottom. Stench of sulfur, it's wafting from it. And so he shouts at the top of his lungs into the cave and says, "Come out, dragon! I challenge you to a fight!" And so, all of a sudden, the mountain moves, and massive dragon looks down at George and says, "Sir Knight, I accept your challenge, but why the fuck are you shouting up my arse?" I love that, sir. Up his arms.
Sir, you have to come with me quickly. The surgeon too.
Can't you see we're in the middle of serious debate?
No, please, come quickly, before it's too late.
What's going on?
This is Chatan. He leads the Cumans.
He has been stabbed. Tuts bezeni. Kitchen arrest.
Who did it?
We will not get anything out of him in this state. We must get him to the infirmary before he bleeds to death.
Will someone, please explain to me what the fuck is going on here?
They said they just found him like this.
These two, they were on guard in the tower, and out of the blue they heard a scream.
When his men find out about this, we'll be lucky to not end up in the same position as him.
We've got to move him quickly. He's in plain sight here.
Quick, before it's too late.
I'll help you with him. You two.
Go to the gate. Don't let anyone in. You got it?
What are your orders, Lord of Burmlaka?
What do you think? Catch the bastard who did it!
Well, that never would have occurred to me. We're lucky to have you here.
Don't make me mad. If your men had done their sentry duty properly, we could have spared ourselves this fuck-up.
I'll deal with Aldebert and Radovan, don't you worry. But now we have to do something.
All right. You search this place, and I'll go to see Chertan in the infirmary.
Right now? What good can you do there? Be better if you help me here.
Do what I said and don't concern yourself with me. I'll go where I want, when I want.
Fine. Go to hell for all I care. So, Henry, Chertan's at death's door. Musa is up to his elbows in his guts. Grosov won't do a fucking thing. And I'm pissed out of my head. I'd like to hear any suggestions.
My suggestions? That's your job, isn't it? You're the commander.
Being a commander here is a right pain in the arse. Soldiering was different in my day. Nobody would have dared stab an officer right in the camp. Kurva. You know what, soldier? I'm gonna go and take care of something in my tent for a while. And you take a torch and search this place.
What am I supposed to be looking for?
I don't know. Anything. Have a look around. Check Chertan's tent. It's the one next to the stables. Maybe you'll find some clues. Maybe you'll find the murderer himself if he's a total idiot. Fucking drinking until we're all slaughtered. Sigismund old King.
And lo and behold, where might this trail of blood lead to? Yeah, Catherine was right. I'll never get such a massive cannon out of here. I have to get Katz to move it out of the camp somehow. Oh, there's powder all over the place. One spark and the whole store would be blown sky high. Are the soldiers really so lax? Or could there be more to it than that? Someone washed off some blood here. So this is where Chertan lives. That's one serious lock. There must be something important inside. Right. I've searched the whole...
Did you find anything?
I found out a lot of things. Someone washed off blood in it. What do you say?
Well, I'm fed up with this fucking camp. You know what? From now on, I only want to hear stuff if it's truly important. I don't give a shit about the rest. Let's go to the infirmary instead and take a look at Chertan. Maybe a moose...
Where the fuck have you been all this time? While you lot have been playing with cocks up there, Chertan croaked.
What? Musa couldn't save him?
That He took one of his pagan potions and poured it down his throat.
Why would Musa do something like that? You think he'd sit with us all evening like everything was fine, and then decide out of the blue to kill someone?
Can someone explain what the fuck happened here?
Chertan's dead. Not from his wounds. He was poisoned. Sir Grozav is right about that. But he could not be more wrong about the rest.
How dare you, you foreign dog!
Calm down, sir. Go on, Musa.
When Chertan was brought here, he was bleeding heavily, and his wounds needed stitching. But he survived. Then I gave him some wine to prepare him for treatment. That is the usual procedure. But what was not usual was that he started vomiting blood. And then he died.
I'd bet it was the wine that killed him. There's lots of poisons you could add to it, and nobody would notice. Well, until it's too late, of course.
You are probably right, my friend.
How come you even have wine here? You keep saying you're not allowed to drink.
As I said, I give it to wounded men to ease their pain and for certain complaints. At the right dose, it can be very beneficial. It is not all that common in my country, but I follow the teachings of the great scholar Ibn Sina. You Christians know him as Avicenna. I tried other alcohol as well, but drinking mead makes my patients worse. And if I give them beer, they almost always shit themselves.
That's enough. Keep an eye on this fiend till I bring the guards.
Wait, sir. As Henry here said, Musa was with us all evening. I have no idea what happened here, but Chertan was stabbed first. Musa couldn't have done that.
So, he's in league with someone else?
With one of the half-wits here? I doubt that.
Are you sure you're not trying to cover for him?
I beg your pardon.
Don't try that on me. I know very well you and that foreigner are best pals.
I will happily take an oath. I may not be a nobleman like you, but that doesn't mean I don't have my honor.
There's no way Musa is to blame. Even if he wanted to kill Chertan, he must have known that suspicion would fall on him first.
The lad's right.
Might I say a word about this matter?
You can be glad you're not in irons.
Please, sir. Give me some time, and I will bring to you the real murderer. We won't leave this place until we clear this up. You have my word.
So I'm supposed to let a murderer go and put up with you in my camp meanwhile? Are you yanking my pizzle?
But, sir...
Silence! Musa will remain under guard in his tent. He will not speak to anyone until the royal justiciar arrives from Sedlets. He'll deal with him. And my advice to you two is to sit on your asses and twiddle your thumbs. If word gets out that Chertan's been done in, things will get pretty hot around here for all of us.
Where do you think you're going, Henry? Stay here and talk. What do you say to all this?
Well, sir, I may not understand what all this is about, but I think we should help Musa somehow.
I'm glad we see eye to eye on this.
What are we going to do then?
That's what I'd like to know. We have to find the real murderer as quickly as possible. But what do I know about that? I'm not the royal justiciar.
What is this royal justiciar?
He's a crown official who makes sure the law is enforced in this land. His people catch and try all sorts of counterfeiters, rebels, Sigismund, and if that's...
Who is this?
A real big... You really... How could I?
But Groza...
There's no... But...
Me?
Who else? I need help. You have to get...
All right.
I'm not sure. Then I'd say...
Well, I know one of the bathhouse wenches. Maybe she could distract the guard while I slip past and talk to Musa.
That's not a bad idea. If you can talk her into it, that's bound to work. Off you go, then. And Henry, be careful.
Good day to you.
Oh, what are you doing here?
That's what I'd like to know. They just came and said I should guard the physician and not let him out of my sight. Even if he wants to piss, I have to go with him. You wouldn't happen to know what's going on, would you?
Don't ask me. How should I know what their lordships have come up with this time?
It's always us common soldiers who suffer, isn't it? My feet are growing roots from all this standing here.
Look, why don't you go for a walk or something? Who knows what's happening with Musa? You don't want to get mixed up in anything dangerous.
You might be onto something there. And Musa ain't going nowhere, is he? After all, where could a fella like him hide?
Henry? What are you doing here? Grozov said...
Now, to hell with Grozov. Katz believes you didn't do it. We have to clear your name somehow.
I truly appreciate that. But I am not sure that is possible. Tinge sireye, mene mene sireye.
What?
It is a proverb from my country. It means the road to truth has...
Well, we'll straighten them all out. Don't worry. What happened when you brought...
I already told you. Then I gave soon after.
And what happened then?
Then the noble...
Did Chertan...
He tried to...
What about that one?
Lord Gross...
He poured it...
Evidence that it's... Perhaps...
Where was the wine from?
A bathhouse maid brought it to me along with my clean laundry. A very pretty girl. Catherine.
Catherine?
Absolutely. But I doubt that she was mixed up in the wine.
All right.
I have done some thinking about that. The best thing, if we discover...
Well, wouldn't it be...
You would be surprised, my friend. I may not be an expert, but I know what is more. You cannot just run around the camp searching people and then...
How can we...
That is not hard. I examine the dead body, I find the symptoms of the poison, and I compare them with known effects of poisons. That is, I would, if I could get out of here.
And could I help you somehow? I may not be as learned as you, but I do know how much herb Paris to put in a potion to make someone fall asleep but not die.
Excellent, my friend. Maybe we can manage this together. The first thing to do is to go to Chetan's corpse and examine it thoroughly. Arms, legs, face. You must remember everything that looks strange to you. In the infirmary, you'll find a chest. Take from it my almanac of poisons and compare what you saw with the symptoms described there. You can read, I hope.
Aye, pretty well.
Excellent. The chest is locked. But I trust you will manage somehow.
Right. Examine... Who do you...
Who do you... It might seem so at first glance, but not when you... Most of the people...
Well?
I think it must be someone from here. And I would bet that it was one of us, and because it can... Someone should...
Well, I don't have much time.
I am very grateful, my friend.
What if you'd be long gone before Grozov?
Thank you for the offer. But look at me, and even if I did...
What?
Good to see you.
Greetings, Master Guard. All right. Here we go. Holy Mary, Mother of God, don't let me miss anything. He looks a bit ruddy. I can't see him. He coughed up. Why would several stab wounds in the belly? All close. The murderer definitely knew what he... Almost everything is covered in blood. I can't see anything written. Whoever killed him. Nothing strange. And what's this here? I've heard it. That'll have to do. He had spasm. He shot himself. Warts or lesions. As red as a pot. I mustn't forget. Right, that's that. I should tell Musa what I've learned. I read that book of yours, and I think I know now what Chertan was poisoned with.
What do you mean, you think? Do you know or not?
The potion is called Kiss of Death. It causes vomiting, cramps, boils, and rapid death.
This name means nothing to me. I suppose I did not get that far in the book. But if you think the symptoms are the same, I will believe you. Are you sure it was that poison? Were there not more in the book?
Absolutely certain. The murderer couldn't have used anything else.
All right. I have no choice but to believe you. Now, we can only hope that the murderer has not had time to get rid of the evidence.
I better start searching fast, hadn't I? You said that the suspects are Grozav, Crow, and the 2 guards. This won't take long.
Wait a moment. There is something I must tell you.
Of course. Go on.
First, you should know that I am grateful for what you are doing. Were it not for your investigation, I probably would not be standing here. But I cannot stop thinking about how brilliantly you dealt with Mishek. Why would someone with your abilities want to enlist? I do not suspect you of Chertan's murder, of course. Do not worry. It is all strange, though. People have just been sitting around for months here. And all of a sudden you turn up, and everything is turned upside down.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it?
Tell me the truth, my friend. Who are you? Really?
All right. I'll try to trust you. Maybe I'm not King Sigismund's most ardent supporter.
I knew it! I could tell straight away that you were cleverer than others in this camp.
You're pleased? Aren't you a courtier of his?
It was not my first choice. Or do you think I long...
How did you come to...
That is a long... Although but soon, luckily, and I am sure... But let us instead...
Well, you could go elsewhere, if you don't like it here. I know...
I am grateful to you, my friend. But I must refuse. Because I am a total coward. I would be very happy, so I think it will be best if we...
You know nothing. I know nothing.
And this conversation never took place.
I'd better go and search the tents.
Good luck. I am dependent.
For pain, exhaustion, fever, all healing remedies. I wouldn't mind a piece of that. Beautiful, but empty. No poison. No, there's nothing here. Musa's definitely not to blame. The water smells of flowers of some kind. Like roses? Oak. And dry as a bone. Nails. Is Crow planning on building a cottage instead of a tent? But they're covered in some kind of dirt. Hold on. Nails, rosewater, oak bark. They're all used to brew Kiss of Death. No, I doubt that pair of drunks could have killed Cheriton even if they wanted to. Just a broom. Ugh, stinks of vomit. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Good to see you.
Was it you who found Cheriton?
Aye. Me and my comrade there.
I need to ask you a couple of questions.
I don't know nothing.
What did you do when you found Cheriton?
It all happened so fast. Before we...
Crow?
Aye, if it wasn't for him...
You really didn't...
Are you deaf? I told you...
No, I believe you. But that only tells me you weren't taking your guard duty as seriously...
Well, it's possible.
What's possible?
It's possible we dozed off.
Oh, Christ. I knew it. You two were asleep up there.
No. We'd have noticed if anything...
There were two of you on guard duty, yeah? What's the other soldier like?
Him? He's a good pal of mine. The best in the whole camp. Always happy to listen to what I have to say, and that's plenty, believe me. The things I'd never have dreamt of some...
How did you find...
We heard yelling, so we went to... And there was...
He's the camp commander, but it looks like a pauper lives here. I reckon Grozov's fallen on hard times. How could anyone drink all this? Oh, that's Valerian, I believe. It helps relieve...
Good to see you.
Right.
My word. In the meantime...
Well then, gentlemen. I understood from... But before we get started, I have to say you've disappointed me, Sir Grosov. King Sigismund placed his trust in you, but you don't seem to be up to the task.
That's not true. I took a few tattered tents and turned them into a proper military camp. Everything here is as it should be.
Only your soldiers seem to die from time to time, eh?
There are always problems, but as you can see, I can deal with them. We caught Musa of Mali in the act. You just need to pronounce judgment.
Musa is innocent.
Christ, Henry, be quiet.
And who might you be?
That is Henry, sir. One of my best soldiers. He just doesn't know when to keep his mouth shut.
Let him speak, then. I'm sure he has something very important to tell us. Tell me, lad, why is Musa innocent, in your opinion?
Well, that's simple, sir. Musa was with me and Commander Katz at the time when Chertan was stabbed.
That doesn't prove anything.
Do you think I stabbed him? From afar?
Musa of Mali will remain silent until I personally ask him a question.
Katz and the boy were drunk. Musa could easily have disappeared for a while. Nobody would have noticed him in the dark anyway.
I find that hard to believe. But if it wasn't Musa, who did kill Chertan?
Chertan was killed by our corporal, Stephen, known as Crow.
What? Me? Fucking hell, Henry.
Crow? That one with the mustache?
That's right, sir. He's Katz's right-hand man. I bet they're both mixed up in it.
Nobody asked for your opinion, but I am eager to hear yours, lad. And start at the beginning. What happened that night by the powder store, by your reckoning?
Crow crept up on Chertan in the night and tried to kill him. And others would no doubt have ended the same, because Crow is an enemy mercenary.
What bilge? I've known the man for years, sir.
He made it all up. Where's the evidence?
I don't need any proof, I just know. Crow is the murderer.
You just know, do you? How convenient. But unlike you villagers, we lords like to have things de jure. So, the next time you have some foolish conjecture, keep it to yourself. What happened next? You carried Chertan to the infirmary? Isn't that right, Sir Musa?
Yes, sir. There, I gave him wine to drink, and I prepared to stitch his wounds, but he died before I could.
It seems someone poisoned the poor fella.
My guess is Crow coated the dagger with poison. How else could he have poisoned him so quickly?
That's nonsense, isn't it? You think he planned ahead to stab someone half to death and leave the poison to finish the job?
That really does sound peculiar.
Ha! Even if that happened to be true, where would I have got the poison?
You brewed it yourself. I found rosewater, nails, and oak bark in your tent. Stuff used to brew a poison called Kiss of Death. And that's exactly what was used to kill Chertan, sir.
You fucker! I don't have any of those things!
That's enough! I've heard all I need to know. Katz, I hereby convict that corporal of yours for murder.
What?
Sir Grossoff, have a gallows erected.
Leave me alone!
Don't make this harder than it need be. We could have you tortured, too.
You whoresons! Just try and catch me!
Kiss your ass goodbye. Well, Lord Stieberitz, I'd say we've cleared everything up.
True. Get rid of the body outside the camp. He doesn't deserve to be buried with soldiers who fell for the king. And I apologize to you, Sir Musa, for all this unpleasantness.
My head will remain on my shoulders. That is the main thing.
You needn't have been afraid of that. Your sort get hanged. It's a waste of a blade.
I wouldn't laugh so much if I were you. You aren't up to running the camp. Under these circumstances, I can't let you remain here unsupervised.
What? I didn't do anything.
Exactly. And look where your inaction brought us. I will take command for the moment.
You can't do that.
Indeed, I can. And much more besides. I will live in the royal tent. I'm sure Katz will be happy to leave it to me.
It's all yours. We won't be staying much longer anyway, will we, Henry?
As you command, sir.
Then I do command, soldier. Go and pack.
Have I got time to stop by the baths? There's something I need to sort out there.
All right, but hurry. I don't intend to make the journey in the dark just because you want to dip your wick one last time.
You're always welcome here, good sir.
It's happening. The Praggers are leaving for Sedlets.
At last, I won't have to wash the Cumans' asses anymore.
Tell Zizka everything, so they're ready for the ambush.
I will. But be careful once it all starts. I wouldn't want Dry Devil blowing your brains out by mistake.